Hello on the planet and beyond. It is Sade of Between Here and There, a Thrive-based consulting business surrounding global hygiene and applications of information technology. We define global hygiene as the cleanliness and the health of the planet, okay? And with applications of information technology that deals with biomimicry, other forms of technology as well. We don't release all of the information surrounding it. However, holistically, it's surrounding environmental science. Okay, so today's talk is about our network to groundwork when it comes to creating events, gathering people together to spread a collective message in the direction of environmental health, environmental, global hygiene. And so I want you to take out a notebook, jot down these notes, add to, and develop your event planning based off of these steps that I'm going to express with you, because I need for everyone to be able to reach the masses and spread the message when it comes to our planet, which we only have one of. Okay, so number one, I stated your mission statement, the who, what, where, when, why. Okay, and so you should front load the what and the why. What is your mission? Okay, so say your mission is campus cleanup, your mission is beach cleanup, your mission is informing people how to prepare for storms. Say there's a storm that's going to occur on campus or in your local area, and the power is probably going to be out, and you want to inform your local populace what's going on and how to prepare for that. You need to state that very clearly, so when you move into the next step, which is your design step, it flows effortlessly, okay? Because when you're speaking to people, you have to understand a person's time and energy that you're using, okay? So when you're speaking to these figureheads, they probably already have a lot on their plate, and so you want to be clear and concise when approaching them, okay? So the who is who's going to be involved. If you have a specific speaker coming, if you're going to be the speaker, that is your who. Your what is the mission? What is the reason for that event? Okay, what does that entail? What benefit is it going to be? That goes into your why. Your what and why are pretty close to one another. Why is this needed? What is going to be the benefit of the event that you're hosting? Okay. Where and when, you already have decided on which location you want to set up, and when you want to set that up. So you need to also look at the space that you're looking at reserving and seeing what dates are like the hot dates. Okay, you want to stay out of those, because usually those are like on an annual basis. Those things are already occurring. For example, if you're on campus and there's the homecoming, you don't want to plan an event during homecoming. You have a lot of competition during that time, so you want to be outside of those scheduled times. Okay, so your design, what would that look like with the time of day and movement of people? Okay, so you have people traveling with vehicles, you have people traveling on foot. What does that look like? If you're doing a 3 p.m. event, is the likelihood of a lot of traffic is minimal, because you're outside of the lunch traffic as well as the 5 o'clock traffic when people are maneuvering a lot. Okay, so what does that design look like? You really need to draw it out, get into your artistic skills and design this design. You don't necessarily have to share with anyone aside from yourself and your immediate team. However, you need to visualize how that would look. Okay, when people are arriving, where are they parking? How many people do you want to show up for your event? What is that going to look like for parking? What is that going to look like for movement of people to that location? Okay, how are they getting there? What are what are you going to use to direct traffic into that space? Okay, you're using flyers, you're having people stand out on corners with flyers and directing traffic. You need to visualize the entire event from beginning to end, so therefore you can move to your next step of understanding your cost analysis. Okay, so your cost analysis is going to encompass your food, your event center space, electricity, restrooms or porta potties, trash removal, cleanup, your cleanup team, audio visual needs, supplies such as chairs, streamers, megaphones, and things of that nature. Okay, and there's some other costs that you can incorporate into that. These costs need to be evaluated in a sense of, this is you going out doing the legwork, talking to these specific facilities and departments and asking them what it looks like to put on an event for, say, your events for 30 people. Okay, so ask them about maybe like 40 people. What does it look like putting on that event? So you have a range of your cost analysis that you can present, and you can itemize your list and state, these are the things that are going to be in my cost sheet, and these are where the things are coming from directly. Okay, I need facilities to do X, Y, and Z. This is what it's going to cost. I need the grounds team to conduct this. This is what it's going to cost. You need all those details laid out very clearly, so these departments that are going to be responsible for actioning these items are aware. Okay, your marketing design. Okay, so how are you going to be marketing? So you have your social media, you also have activities and other departments on whatever space. Now, I'm specifically giving information about colleges. However, if you're organizing a city event, okay, your marketing design, what avenues does the city use to market for an event? Okay, are they using their specific website? How do you get to that website? Who is responsible for the website? Okay, so, and in the process of this, when you're going into your design and your cost analysis and your marketing design, you need to ensure that you're having space in your notebook, because you need to be writing these things down. Okay, even if you want to digitally type things out, I personally like writing things out before I transfer them over into something digital. Okay, you need to be writing down, who are these people, first and last name, what department, what company are they from, emails, phone numbers. You need to get all that information, because you're going to need it to refer back to. Even if you're not the one that's referring back to these individuals, you might have to hand this information off for someone else to contact them, especially when it comes to donations, payouts, things of that nature. This information is very important and pertinent for your event. Okay, so your marketing design. Okay, so like I said, through social media, whatever avenues are already available, already has a platform of viewers. Even though you can do your own marketing, it's best to utilize the avenues that are already available, because they already have a platform. Okay, create your team. Okay, so you are going to be leading the event. However, you need someone as like your assistant, someone that is going to take notes, someone that you might put in place to follow up. Your team design is going to be unique to how you want to set it up. So I'm not going to give too much information on your team design, because personally, there's been events that I set up where literally it's either been me, one other person, or maybe two other people when it should have been like a team of 12. Okay, so depending on what you're able to handle and what you need to delegate for that mission to be accomplished is going to be up to you, and how many people, as well as what titles you want to give them and what responsibilities you want to put on their lap, and ensure that you're viewing these people as, okay, what are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to communicating with people, when it comes to responding to emails, when it comes to showing up on time. You need to be aware of these things so you can build a robust team of people, of like-minded individuals, basically. Okay. So I have for number 6, that was number 5. Number 6, you are the brand. Okay. I know there's a lot of talk when it comes to social media, when it comes to branding, a brand ambassador, etc. However, the ultimate brand is yourself. You carry you everywhere you go. And so therefore, when you are presenting this event, you need to be present. Okay? It's your idea. You are the one that's going to be able to express it effectively. Even though you have your mission statement, so your entire team knows what's going on and why it's even being conducted, the who, what, where, when, why, all your interrogatives. However, you have the idea. You have the vision and the mission. And so therefore you need to be ensure that you're the one that's going out and speaking to these figureheads, okay? So yes, you could potentially delegate that to someone. However, I strongly suggest that it is you, okay? So my personal suggestion is FaceTime with people, and not, through iPhone. I mean, literally go and speak to these people so they can see and feel you, feel your personality and your passion behind your mission, okay? Because that is going to allow you to express exactly what's going on, and the way you're able to express something is going to allow the person that you're speaking to be charged with their duty to assist you. They'll be able to decide like, oh, okay, this is the mission. Okay, these are maybe some other things that you could potentially benefit from. Versus an email. It's a what we call cold call. What we call a cold call. And that's, you've never met that person before. However, you're communicating with them. And so therefore, there's no, impression, emotion, characteristics of personality being expressed. It's just dry text, black and white. This is what's going on, and this is what I want to carry out. Okay. This will also allow you to get in contact with who's actually going to be able to carry out your mission. You might think, okay, well, it's this person because they have this title. However, they might not be in charge of that specific thing that you need. And so when you FaceTime with these people, you'll be able to figure out, okay, it's actually this person that I need to be talking to that's going to allow me to have this, to be fruitful with my mission, for it to come to fruition. Okay, so yes, being able to get those people, again, writing these people's information down. Okay, and that's going to come, that's going to be very important when we get to step 8. Okay, so step 7, address any issues or concern and accept feedback. Okay, and so this is important when it comes to building your network, when it comes to working with others. Okay, so yes, you have your mission, and yes, you have this idea of how you want to carry it out. However, you need to be a student always. Okay, in a sense of, hey, there's some things that someone could offer me, some information someone could offer me, which can be can allow me to be better. And so therefore, if there's feedback, ensure that you incorporate the feedback that you deem beneficial. Okay, some people just want to get their opinion because they want to talk. Okay, so receive the feedback, address the issues or concerns, and then be able to add that to the proposal. Okay, so that's moving into step 8. Okay, so step 8 is literally the final proposal of how this thing is going to run, beginning to end, the itinerary, who's involved, cost analysis, what are the things that are needed, when are those things needed, who's all going to be involved, and what is their role. Okay, so you need to include which departments and or companies are involved, or facilities involved with their due outs. Okay, so say you need, from facilities, you need 120 chairs. You need it at a specific, you need it at 09 September 23rd. Okay, that's what you need, and you need it at that time, and give them enough time to where there's wiggle room in case someone's late, in case there's accidents, in case. Okay, so that allows you to have a fluid event. Okay, and where it's needed. Okay, and this is going to be all in written correspondence. So like I said, you FaceTime with these people, you figured it out. It might be a phone call. However, when you follow up, it should be in email, something written to where you can refer back to, and that covers you stating, hey, I spoke to you September 1st about an event that we're having September 23rd. I'll follow back up on the 12th to see. I'll follow back up on the 20th. Why are you not here? And it's 09 on the 23rd. Okay? So that covers you when it comes to ensuring people hold up their end of the bargain. Okay? And speaking of bargain, also incorporate what is going to be the benefit to that individual assisting you. Okay, so whether it be a specific department, company, individual, be able to express what benefit it would be for them with your mission. Okay, of what, throwing things around, what would be the benefit. Okay, so submitting your proposal, it's itemized. It's your cost analysis. Your cost analysis may not go out to each and every person. See who is actually involved, and what I like to call tear lines. In the military, we call them tear lines. And so it's specific information that is released to certain people that have the need to know. Okay, so you're not submitting your cost analysis to the waste handlers. You know, we love everyone in every department. However, they're not going to be responsible for any of the financial piece. So therefore, sending them that information is just fluff. So you can, either remove or generate individual layouts for people. I personally like it to be a full one, and then remove what is not necessary. That way, when you submit like a full one, say to a person that's intimately involved in your event, they have everything. Okay, they know who else is involved, so they can play their role properly and effectively. Okay. Number 9, follow up with your time hacks. And again, I say if you correspond over the phone, always get it confirmed in writing by email. Okay, so you need to ensure that, first of all, you're planning your event far enough out so people can action it. And then you need to be following up as it gets close to the date. Okay, so it should at least be 2 follow-ups. Okay, that initial send out, that follow-up, and then the follow-up a few days or hours, however it's going to happen for you. Follow up again, and it's not just, hey, have you done this? It needs to be specific. Hi, we spoke about you dropping off the chairs at this time. Is that still a go? Is there anything you need from me? All of that needs to be expressed in that correspondence, in that email. Okay. So 10 is delegate the mission. Okay. So to delegate the mission is dealing with your team. ensuring that they're following up with the parts of their role on the team. Okay, so ensuring that, hey, all of the pieces are being either delegated or you're handling them effectively, so nothing is falling to the wayside. Okay, and again, that deals with how your team is set up and your specific mission in which you're setting up. Number 11, day of, arrive early. And I mean a minimum of 2 hours for the event larger than 15 people. Okay, so you want to be there early because you are the orchestrator. Okay, literally you're pulling the strings, the puppet strings. How can the puppet move if you're not there? Okay, you need to give yourself a lot of time because you don't want to be there late and you're not able to orchestrate effectively. Okay, because you need to get there calm, assess the situation, ensure everybody is carrying out their part of the mission. Okay, and then I have 12, reach your team to ensure they're in place. And I put that as 12 because you are the orchestrator of the mission. So therefore, you need to be there like those 2 hours early. However, your team could be there about 45 minutes till, an hour till, something like that. You know, they don't need to be there when you're there because then it kind of gets into this gray area of them running the mission because they're doing everything you're doing. No, you are leading it. So therefore, you need to take on the role as the leader. Okay. 13, it's time for the event to happen. Okay, so you've reached your team, you've reached the facilities, you've followed up, you've ensured that people are going to be in place. The event is happening. Okay, all right, it's happening. So with your delegation, you should not be running around checking everything. Yet you should ensure that things are running effectively, and you need to make yourself present for people to ask questions to be able to have a smooth experience. Okay. And then 14, be available to address concerns. Okay, so yeah, be available to address concerns. Again, this is your mission. If you have a pamphlet or something like that for people to organize themselves, whether that be parking locations, the itinerary for the event, all those things need to be laid out, and you need to be informed of everything that's going on. And I'm probably going to make a video on communication by itself when it comes to walkie-talkies, how, walkie-talkie etiquette, things of that nature, because if you're conducting a very large event, you need to be able to have another form of communication. Okay, so walkie-talkies, cell phones, etc. Walkie-talkies I recommend because when you go into very large events, it's when you get into the thousands, even when you get into about the hundreds, when you have people co-located in one space, that is a lot of network transmission. And so therefore, when you're trying to call, you'll notice at like festivals and events, you can't even call out. The best thing that you probably can do is potentially like maybe send like a text message or so, and you might be able to get some response that way. However, a full-on cellular phone, it deals with transmission. So receive, to send and receive information, kind of fluid like, and so therefore it uses a lot of data, and so it's not able to transmit all that data when there's so many people in a space pinging those same towers. Okay, so yeah, walkie-talkies, being able to communicate what's going on over an expanse of an area. Then I have, okay, so 15 is the event is over, you're cleaning up. Okay, so leaving it better than when you came there. Okay, because you want to leave a great impression, because you want to be able to conduct that event over again. Okay, even if it's not the same event, you still want to represent yourself well to where people want you to host events. Okay. Yeah, and return what needs to be returned. Reach out with enough time for people to get to your site. Okay, so if again facilities dropped off those 120 chairs, you need to be reaching out to them prior to the event ending, to give them time to get there, get the chairs, move them to where they need to be, download them, etc. And also think about their time of them getting home to their family, wives, children, whatever they got going on. Okay. And then I said within that, an after action review, AAR. Okay. So quickly with your team, everyone that's involved, be able to get feedback. Hey, what are three things that we did well? What are three things that we need to improve on? What are some additional things, questions, concerns that could be addressed right there? Do not wait until you've left the site or now you're reaching back out to people for them to respond, because at that moment, the moment is gone. Okay, people, they got other things going on. We're all in the same experience together, and so therefore we should always keep in mind that everyone has very similar responsibilities. Okay, so food, water, shelter, everybody got to work, all those things are a part of time and energy, and so therefore you need to respect people's time and energy, and they will respect it if you show that you're respecting it by being on time, by being astute, with being clear and concise. Okay. And then after action, so you've cleaned up, after action review, you got all your information back, then you're going to want to be sending out those thank you letters. Okay, so the thank you letters could be literally a physical letter or an email. Okay, I personally would probably do the email only because you can refer back to it really quickly and be able to thank those people and thank them for the specific thing that they've done. Don't just give them a thank you. Okay, that's even like it's even going to allow you to refer back it for future events, like, okay, this person assisted with this, and thinking about individuals that may have come into the picture that assisted with something. Now you're like, oh, okay, well, this person actually assisted me with the food, with the laying out of the banquet or whatnot. So giving them thanks. Thank you for laying out the banquet. It was lovely. The arrangement of foods, the decorations. I appreciate you. I hope we can work with each other in the future. Put all that information into an email so that way you can refer back to it, as well as, showing some appreciation. And you can do more than just an email. Okay. And so there's ways to, send out like thank you baskets, Starbucks cards. I don't really recommend that, but just little gift cards or things that you can do to show your appreciation. And yeah, that will wrap up your event. Okay, so within that, there's some things that you definitely want to add to ensure that it shapes and molds your event. Think about, again, with your cost analysis, you're thinking about trash. You gotta, that environmental aspect is, your trash, your waste. How are those things being organized? Do you have any recycle receptacles available through either your campus or the city? Okay, do they offer any of those things, and how to arrange them? Okay, so again, you're either FaceTime with people, conducting those phone calls, writing down who you're speaking to, who you're speaking to, when you're speaking to them, what they've stated, like, yes, I can offer this service to you for this cost or for whatever the exchange is, and be able to follow through with that. So I believe I've covered everything. Yeah, some things that would make this even better when it comes to the environment, because people are always going to congregate together. But think about, when you're sending out your marketing, you can state things like, okay, could you all carpool? And then mention why carpooling is so beneficial, less carbon emissions. You can speak on maybe some of the cutlery that you're using is biodegradable, and so therefore you want to put it in this receptacle, this trash receptacle, because it could be moved to your compost bin. You should also add in some things when it comes to, like, if you have those toilets that offer like a small flow versus a larger flow of water, mention those things in there so you can front load some of these environmental concerns and get people thinking about their effect on the planet. So hopefully that was a nice wrap up for you all. If you have any questions or concerns, please drop them below. I thank you for being here. I'm appreciative again. Always, I'm always going to be giving thanks to that, because it takes us all. Okay, no one is above anyone else. No one should take someone else's mission on as their own. However, the holistic mission is for the planet to be better than what it currently is. Okay, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to figure out a way to attach this to the TikTok. This is also going to be on YouTube, and I'll probably post some clippets on Instagram. So the website is betweenhtllc.com. I'm going to be posting the country briefs to give you a little bit of information about different countries. We can travel digitally together, as well as other information that's going on around the world when it comes to weather and climate. Okay? Love y'all, and talk to you later.